Hey everybody, come on in to my kitchen. We are about to cook some dinner. We have company coming tonight. Spur of the moment company coming. Let me get the camera there. Woo, I was down there pulling on that thing. We've been working at the chicken coop. And then I quit. I said, I'm going to the house. And then Tony called Trevor and wanted to know if they wanted to come over and eat dinner with us tonight. So then I really had to get to the house. I'm going to make a salad. I started cutting up this lettuce the other day. I'm going to put all this lettuce in this big bowl and just make a salad. Now, I normally don't cut my lettuce, but we'll probably eat all this tonight. So they always say your lettuce turns brown faster if you cut it with a knife. But I like to cut mine up, y'all. Sometimes I do use a plastic knife. I do have a plastic knife, but if we're going to eat it fairly soon, I'm just going to chop all this up, put it in my bowl. I got hamburger frying back here, y'all. We're going to do a spaghetti dinner tonight. That's something easy. I'm not sure what time they're coming. Tony didn't tell me. I figure once Trevor gets home from work, cleans up, and then they'll be on their way over. So I'm just going to make a big old, I got a big salad bowl here. So that way, if the salad's made and it's already in the fridge, Tony can eat on it tomorrow too. All right, let me chop this burger up. I got the sauce going, I got hamburger going. So I'm going to put some extra hamburger in the sauce. I am just using Ragu sauce. I already got it poured over there, but I like to doctor it up. Usually I'm going to add some garlic to it. Sometimes I put extra. All right, I'm going to throw all this lettuce up in here and just make a big old salad, but I'm going to keep the onions separate because I don't like onions in my salad, but Tony does, so I will cut one up and just keep it in a bowl separate. But I'm going to cut this up. I'm going to peel a cucumber, and I'm just going to use this vegetable peeler. His mom always does something fancy and leaves a little bit of the peel. Sometimes I do that, sometimes I don't. I ain't really big on the peeling. I just soon have no peeling on there. Sometimes, I guess you can eat the peeling because some people leave it like that. All right, we're just going to chop this up. Chop this. Chop this. And I'm just going to, I got my big lettuce bowl right here, y'all. And I'm just going to slice these and put it right on in the bowl. I'll probably just go ahead and use the whole, I think I'm just going to go like this on my cutting board, since I got my cutting board out. That way I don't have to cut them in the air, right? But see how it makes them, when you leave a little bit of the peel, kind of makes them pretty. Let me see if this is, I don't want to burn my meat up here, y'all. Let me get that down on low. I'm going to go ahead and throw some garlic in with this meat while it's still cooking. This is just a little jar of garlic. It's real convenient, and I'm going to throw a big helping heap right into my meat. Can't have too much garlic, right? Makes it good. All right, let me stir this up. Cook that garlic just a little bit down in there. And I won't even have to drain that meat. It doesn't have any fat really in it. So I'll turn that off. Meanwhile, let me finish this cucumber here. And I'm gonna put the whole cucumber in, y'all. Now sometimes I cut the pieces in half. Sometimes I leave them big. I'm gonna go ahead and eat my greens for the day. Get me a piece of cucumber. This is a big cucumber. How's everybody doing tonight? I got baby chicks today, y'all. So we'll show you them tonight. After dinner, I guess. What's for dinner? We are making spaghetti. I got the sauce over there. I got to cook the noodles yet. I don't know what time they're coming. I'm making a big salad. So I'm just going to put the lettuce and the cucumbers in the bowl here. Let me clean this off. And then I'm going to chop up the tomatoes. I'm going to go ahead and dice up these 2 little tomatoes here that I got, and I'm just going to throw them in that bowl that I already got there. In case anybody wants tomatoes. Tony likes tomatoes in his salad. And I'll chop up an onion. I'm just going to slice this up here. And we're going to put them in there. And I'm just going to go ahead and do both of them. Put them right on up. What's everybody having for dinner tonight? Trevor and Tiana and the baby is coming over. Tony gave them a call and asked what they was doing tonight, if they wanted to come, and they said, yeah. He said, well, just come on for dinner. Pam's going to make some spaghetti. So that's what we're doing. So I got the lettuce and cucumber in here. I got the tomatoes. I'm just going to keep them separate in case we don't eat them all. That way it won't get the thing all mushy. And I'm going to cut up an onion real quick. I think I might try my bullet again, y'all. Lindsay told me I went zip, zip, zip too many times yesterday. So I'm going to do a red onion, and I'm not going to do it that much because I want it to be big onion pieces. Now, I could cut it with a knife if I wanted to, but I got this new tool. So we're going to chop up this onion with my new tool, my new bullet. Lindsay sent me this. All right, I'm going to go ahead and add my hamburger meat to my spaghetti sauce right here. Tony wanted it extra meaty tonight, so that's what he is getting tonight. I'm putting extra meat in it. All right, I'm going to go ahead and dump all this. I already had hamburger in here. This is extra hamburger. I'm putting a pound extra. All right, let me stir this up. he wanted it to be meaty, meaty, meaty. All right, let me show y'all this sauce real quick. And then I'm just gonna let this sauce simmer. All right, so I put extra meat in here. And I'm not, and the sauce, it made the sauce real thick because I put double the hamburger. This is just ragu sauce with some extra onion and some extra garlic in there. And now I'm just going to let that simmer. I'm going to put that lid on it and let that simmer until they get here, and then I'll make the noodles when they get here. Let me see, let's see. What salad dressing do we use? I only like one salad dressing, and I just recently started eating that. I will eat the Italian from Olive Garden. Tony, he's a blue cheese, but lately he's been on some ranch. He likes all salad dressings. Sometimes he eats Italian, but he does like all salad dressings. All right, let's try this thing in our new bullet and just see what happens, y'all. I'm going to cut the ends off. Now, this is a red onion. Let me take the skin off of it here. Get all this skin off here. This is a new machine Lindsay sent me called a bullet. And we're going to chop up an onion with it tonight just for the fun of it. Let me put this lid on this. We're going to just keep this on low over here. All right, let me put that spoon right there. This up here. All right, this is our bullet. You put that down there. We're going to plug this in. Just a short little plug is all they got. So I'm going to have to turn the camera over here. Oh, thank you, Yvonne Duncan, for the stars. All right, it just comes with, it's real easy. It comes with this part right here and a blade. So I'm going to stick the blade in there. You just stick it right in there. And now I'm just going to cut this onion. All right, I just cut this onion in 4 big hunks, all right? And I'm just going to drop it in there. And Lindsay said I did it too much the other day. I almost liquefied that onion. I didn't know. I thought you had to go, anyhow. Then you just take this little thing and set it right on top. Right like that. It's just right on top. Let me get it over here. And then you just press this down. And that fast, that little thing, let me show y'all. Because I just went one little time. It got the ones on the bottom real good. Look at the ones on the bottom. It might not get them ones on the top too good. Let me see here. All right, let's put this back on and go again. I'm not going to liquefy it today, though. I'm going to pay attention to what I'm doing. All right, man. Just that little bit of effort. Look at that. That is chopped up, y'all. Hang on. Let me get a little bowl. And I'm going to dump these right on out. Look at them onions chopped up like that. Now, you could get them finer if you want. I'm going to go ahead and rake them all out of this thing. And he's going to have some finely chopped up onions in his salad, and he's going to love that. He loves these red onions. We bought them this time. So that's it. Then you just rinse, I just rinse this out, rinse the blade off, and it's ready for the next time. And these onions are strong. They about making me cry, y'all. Woo! They went right up in my eyeballs. In fact, I'm going to put a little lid on these things real quick. Woo! They got right up in my eyeballs, y'all. Let me rinse this off to get that smell out of here. All right, all I got to do now is cook the noodles. And I probably won't do that till they get here. And I'm going to make some garlic bread. Let me get this water boiling. We'll get some water here boiling on the stove. I put a little bit of salt in my water. Okay, what y'all saying about the Ninja? Time to eat. Oh, see, John Ross said he has a birthday today. Now, we're not making any dessert. I normally don't make dessert. We're usually pretty full after dinner. Sometimes late at night I might make something, but I didn't make any dessert today. If I knowed earlier they was coming, I would have made something, but we've been busy with that chicken coop. I'm going to make some garlic bread. All right, we're just going to put some water on here and get that boiling up. And that's going to be it. I just got to cook the noodles when they get here, y'all. How are the chicks? Y'all, they're fine. Let me take you in there and I'll give you a sneak peek in case you haven't seen the chicks yet. Maybe you just watched the cooking shows. I'm not sure, but that's all I'm cooking right now. I'm going to just boil the noodles. Y'all know how to do that. And our salad's ready. Let me walk through here, y'all. I'm going to have to turn the light on. Hang tight, hang tight. All right, we're going to go in here. I got the baby chicks are back in this back bedroom. Let's see what they're doing here. Let me make sure they're all still alive. Oh, I got to turn the light on. Let me turn this light on. They look like they're all still getting it. They're all still moving, so that's good. They're drinking their water. They're eating their food. They're doing good, y'all. Look at there. What kind are they? The chicks, we have 4 Americanas, 2 Buff Orpingtons, and 2 Isa Brown. And don't ask me which is which. We'll know when they start growing up some. So they're just in here hanging out. They seem to be warm. If they were cold, they would huddle up. So I got their heat lamp on them so they can go in that corner, would be the warmest. But they got plenty of food and they're actually eating their food, drinking their water. So we're going to be watching them grow up. So we'll be, I'll show them probably anytime I get on camera. And oh, thank you, Joyce Frank, for the stars. Someone else sent stars too. I missed them. Let me get back in the kitchen, y'all. It's dark up in here. Let me turn the porch light on and stuff. We gotta get some lights on in this house. We're waiting on the baby to get here. Trevor and Tiana and the baby's coming over and going to eat dinner with us tonight. So they should be rolling in any time. I just have to make the noodles and make the garlic bread and we'll be good to eat. So I think I'm all ready, y'all. I didn't know they was coming until about 30 minutes ago, but Tony called him and asked him if they wasn't doing nothing, they'd bring the baby by and go ahead and eat with us because we was going to make spaghetti anyways. And you know, spaghetti can feed a crowd in a moment's notice. Let's see. I see Jeannie Gray sent stars. Let me make sure I got all the star senders here. Yvonne Cleveland, Joyce Franks, and Jeannie Gray. Thank y'all for the stars. Did the chicks go to bed? Nope, they're in there walking around. They are so cute when they're that little. I'm gonna, I haven't had time to spend with them today, but I will be picking them up and cuddling with them, you know. Getting them used to me holding them. Now, I did notice one thing about these. When I put my hand down in the box, they don't run like they're scared. Most chicks scatter when you put the food in or the water in or your hand comes in. They scatter like they're scared. But this one hasn't done that. These haven't done that. They just act like they're all right. Thank you, Hope Netterville, for the stars. Let's see, somebody's having spaghetti on the menu tomorrow night. Yeah, Tony loves to see that baby. He calls them up all the time. Him and Trevor talk all the time. I don't. Trevor and them are busy, y'all. Trevor works, goes back and forth to work. He does it one night a week. He does a jail ministry thing for drug thing. And he cooks 2 nights a week and everything in between then, and got a new baby and Tiana and all that at the same time. So they are busy. But Tony will call them up, say, can you bring the baby by? So we need to get like on a regular schedule, you know, where one night a week or something we can cook, and that'll help them out, and then we get to see the baby too. So it's like a win-win situation, right? So let me get off here, y'all. I'm gonna cook these noodles and just wait. They should be rolling up any minute, but I'm not sure what time they're coming. I know Trevor has to get home from work and then clean up and then come back out. So let me get off here. We will be on at Fireside, 8 o'clock tonight for Fireside, and we'll see y'all then, okay? All right. Yeah, Trevor is Tony's son. If you just new to the page and don't know, Trevor is Tony's youngest son. How much were the chicks? They were anywhere from $5 to $8, depending on the breed and if you pick a female. The females tend to cost more. All right, we'll see y'all in just a little while.